Hey Sizzlers! So it's the month of love and we're taking a little break from Mexican so I could teach you guys how to make this at-home chicken fettuccine Alfredo. It's delicious, super easy to make, and it's perfect for a Valentine's dinner. We're making an Alfredo sauce from scratch. This is the way that I make it, so I hope it helps you guys. Let's get started. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm boiling some water in the back in my pot and I did salt it. Once it's boiling, we're going to add our fettuccine Alfredo and boil it for 12 to 13 minutes so it's perfectly al dente. If you want it softer, then leave it there for 15 minutes. Make sure to take it out and not leave it soaking because that way it doesn't expand. After that, we're going to make our chicken, for which I seasoned it with some Italian seasoning. It's perfect, it's Italian, the pasta's Italian, so it goes very well. What it does is that it gives it a really good flavor without overpowering our Alfredo sauce, so I love that. If you guys want to add a little bit of color, you can add some paprika, but it's totally up to you guys. I'm not gonna cut it, I'm going to cook it this way, and yeah, let's get to cooking it and we'll continue to our sauce. Alright, so I have my pan medium heat, and I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. Once the olive oil is hot, I'm going to add my chicken. Alright, so they've been cooking for about 5 minutes and now we're going to flip them. You're going to start noticing that the chicken gets white on the outside and it's starting to get a little bit brown on the edges. That's perfect, that's how you want it. If you want it a little bit crispier, you can always leave it there a little bit longer. We're going to cook it for about 5 to 7 minutes on the other side as well, just so it's really thoroughly cooked. Alright, so it's been the 7 minutes, and as you can see, our chicken is really well cooked. It got a little bit crispy, and that's exactly how I wanted it. So we're going to take it out. Don't worry, this is clean. I washed it. It does not have salmonella. Going to set it aside. Okay, so now in medium-low heat, I have 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm going to add into the same pan, just because, well, I want to add it in the same pan. You could use a different pan. And we're going to add some garlic. These are 3 garlic cloves. I'm not gonna give you a measurement for garlic because it just depends on how much garlic you like. I love garlic, which is why I add so much. You can always add less. Now that our garlic is nice and toasty, we're going to add 1.5 cups of milk. Make sure that you stir it so the milk and the butter combine. Now after we stirred it, we are going to add 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Make sure that you mix it all together. Alright, so I'm giving it the occasional stir because I don't want it to get stuck to my pan. It's getting a little bit thicker, but I'm going to add some flour, not even a teaspoon, just a very tiny bit, and immediately start stirring it so it doesn't get stuck. It will add a little bit of thickness to your sauce. Right after we added our flour, you're going to notice that this did get a little bit thicker, and it's perfect because now it's time to add our Parmesan cheese. This is the one I bought. It's going to be 6 ounces, and I'm just going to add it here little by little and stir it. Make sure that you don't add it all at once. You want to add it little by little so it does dissolve and it doesn't clump up. Now it's perfect time to add a little bit of salt and also some pepper. If you're bothered by the tiny specks of black pepper, then you can always use white pepper. I like black pepper better and the little specks don't bother me, but it's totally up to you guys. Now that our cheese has been added and also our salt and pepper, you guys can add any other spices that you like. This is really how I prefer it, so it's up to you guys if you want to add paprika or Italian seasoning or whatever. I really like it this way. It's super easy. I'm going to leave it here for about 5 minutes just so it gets all the full thickness and everything melts together really well. But the sauce is ready. Alright Sizzlers, so that's it for this recipe. As you can see, I chopped up my chicken and I put it on top of my pasta. It's so delicious, and I do want to point out that once you mix all the cheese in there together, you turn it off and you leave it resting for 5 minutes. When I said you add more 5 minutes, it's not on the fire, it's by itself, just so it could all finish sticking together. If you leave it there for too long, then the cheese will separate from the milk and it turns out into this really big mess. You want it to keep it in the sauce consistency and it'll be perfect. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thank you so much for all the support. Until next time.